Good morning, students. Welcome to your computer applications class. Today, we are going to learn about programming paradigms. Programming paradigms. What is this programming paradigms? Programming languages can be classified on the basis of their features. This classification is referred as to programming paradigms. Programming paradigms means actually it's a style, it's a way of writing the programming. That means there are so many programming languages are there, and they have been classified into different heads on the basis of their features or on the basis of their characteristics, and that classification is referred to as your programming paradigms. So you can see it here. A programming paradigms is a style or way of programming. That means how you are going to write a program, what approach you are going to use, what style you are going to adapt while writing a program is called as your programming paradigm. Okay, so let us move on to the next. All computer programs consist of two elements, code and data. Please remember this. All the program consists of two things, two elements. That is, one is your code and another thing is your data. A program can be conceptually organized in two ways, around its code or around its data. That means what? When you are writing programming, when you are writing a program and using a particular language, sometimes you focus on code and sometimes you focus on the data. So sometimes you organize your program, conceptually you build up your program around its code or the procedures. Whereas sometimes what you do, sometimes when you are writing a program, you conceptually organize your program around its data. Okay, that's what all computer program consists of two elements, that is code and data. A program can be conceptually organized in two ways, around its code or around its data. So there are basically two programming paradigms are there. That means there are two style or two ways of writing programs, whatever the language you use, but there are two types of styles are there in order to write programs. The first one is your procedure oriented programming, that is in short form we can call it POP. About this in your lower classes, especially in 7th class or 6th class, you might have learnt, especially the basic logo, that all comes under the procedure oriented programming. The next style of writing programming is object oriented programming. In short form we call it OOP. And remember this object oriented programming, throughout your 9th class and 10th class you will be learning only about this object oriented programming. And Java is object oriented programming language. Java you are going to use. Java is a language, as English, Odia, Hindi is a language. Java is also a language. What type of language? In order to develop a computer program, and what type of program that is? That is object oriented program you're going to write. That's why about this object oriented programming, that is OOP, you will be learning in 9th class and 10th class. Okay, but first of all, we will learn about this. What is this procedure oriented programming, POP? You can see the first paradigm is called procedure oriented model. What is the first style? That is the procedure oriented programming. Why it is called as procedure programming model? Because this procedural languages such as basic, remember you have learnt it in 7th class. Beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code employ this model. That means procedure oriented model generally developed, conceptually organized around its code, or we give more emphasis on procedure rather than giving more emphasis on data, especially in this process oriented model or style. The next one is, the second approach is called as your object oriented model or object oriented style. What happens here in this object-oriented styles? That we give more emphasis on data. Here, it organizes the program around its data, that is your objects. We will be discussing what is class and objects in the next videos. But for the time being, object-oriented model, or this is a way or a style, is what giving more importance on data. Okay, so let us first discuss about this procedure oriented programming. What it does, the focus is on procedure. As I told you, always the first approach, the first style gives more emphasis on procedure or code. So functions as seen in the example given below. We will be discussing about this example in order to clear the concept of the procedure oriented programming. Okay, so procedure oriented program is nothing but it's a style, it's an approach to write a program. Okay, but we give more importance on procedure, methods, that is functions. Okay, so if we are developing a calculator program, there can be a function for addition of two numbers. You know it, in calculator you can add, you can subtract, you can multiply, you can do some division, so many arithmetical works you can do with the help of calculator. So for example, you are writing a program in order to develop a calculator in the program. So you have to define a method. So this add, for example, the name of the method is add, or the function is add. So this add function can take two numbers, make a sum of them, and then can be returned. That means addition method will receive two numbers from you and will add it and will give you the output. Similarly, we will create all the functions for each operations of the calculator, then combining them with another master program will create a calculator. Suppose you want addition, then you have to write separately addition method, then another method for subtraction, another method for multiplication, another method for division. That means the whole arithmetical things is divided into four section. One section, that is one method, is only for the addition, another method is only for the subtraction, another method is for multiplication, and another is for the division. We have to write them separately. After writing them separately, what we have to do, we have to combine all these four methods to the master program. This is the main function, or this is the master function or master program. The master program will have its sub functions: function number 1, function number 2, function number 3, and function number 4. That means you have to develop these four methods separately, then you have to combine it with the main program, and that's how the procedure oriented programming works. This is one approach. Here we are giving more importance only onto the methods or the functions. So you can see here it is a working of a procedure oriented program example, and that's how as I told you, we give here more importance to only to the functions or the procedure. We are very much concerned about how the calculator will add, subtract, multiply, and division, and that is what it comes on this procedure oriented programming, right? So for today this much, and in my next video I will be explaining you about this the advantage of procedure oriented programming and the limitations of procedure oriented programming. Today you please read your page number 12 of your computer book and learn the programming paradigms. What is programming paradigms? What are the two paradigms are there? What is this procedure oriented paradigms, and what is this object oriented paradigms? You please learn that much. Thank you very much.